Welcome to episode 4 of Sens Stonks. I am your host, Noah Luden, and today we are here for episode 4. A big episode for Sens Stonks. It's one of the last of the entire season. There's just one more after, and that's the probably end of the season recap. But we are here to recap the last 2 weeks of Ottawa Senators hockey. But before we get started, please make sure to follow Sens Talk on Twitter at @SensTalk_ for quality Ottawa Senators content. And a couple things as well before we get started. Use code SENSTALK to save $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek.com for great deals on tickets. Slowly but surely we're getting more packed stadiums as more vaccines get handed out and everything. So guys, look out for your ticket deals. They're coming back. Make sure you use code SENSTALK for $20 USD off your first purchase. As well, make sure to get the new May issue of the new Faces magazine. Magazines are offered for free in grocery stores and select locations across Ottawa. This month's issue is a new one. May issue features a cover interview with Mark Mathot. Awesome. Also in this issue, Mark and Brent Wallace will discuss their new hit, the new hit show, the Wally and Mark Mathot show. You need to be watching this one. It's awesome on YouTube. It's a great show. The May issue also has features on Gord Wilson, Megan Chayka, and Alex Mateus of the Red Blacks. Also, don't forget to follow Faces on their social channels for great content, crazy contests, and more at Faces Ottawa on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. But guys, with that said, let's get started here with the goalies. There's not much to talk about here. Oh my goodness, sorry about that. There's not much to talk about here, but Marcus Hogberg, he's been better. I want to say his stonks are going up, but like just a little bit. He is not really the starter. He's not really the good backup option either. He's kind of just there. But you know, I have to mention it. He's been playing better. He's kind of rebounded. He's had a .911 save percentage in his 4 April games with 2 wins and 2 losses. So not too bad for a Hogberg, but not great still. Not great numbers. This isn't like something like, oh my goodness, he finally rebounds. Like, this is what he should have been playing the entire time. But, you know, maybe this saves his NHL career. Maybe not his Ottawa Senators career, but maybe he can find a backup spot somewhere in free agency next year. But really, I don't really think of much of Hogberg. But, you know, stonks are going up. You know, you got to give it to him. He has been playing better. And as well, the other goalie we're going to talk about is Matt Murray. Just quickly, another step forward for Matt Murray. There isn't too much to say poorly about Matt Murray. He's been awesome. He's had a .954 save percentage, guys, in April. In his 5 games, he sports a 3-2 record, and he has 2 shutouts. The first 2 shutouts for the Ottawa Senators franchise in the past year and a half. So Matt Murray really has turned it on for the end of the season, and this is the goalie we traded for it. We never really needed a playoff goalie this year, but maybe next year and the year after. This is a good guy to have in your crease, you know, a good sturdy goalie. This is what we need. So let's hope Matt Murray finishes the season strong, maybe keeps those high numbers up. .954 in April in 5 games. That's a phenomenal save percentage. So let's hope he can continue that. For defensemen, we're going to say Brandstrom. His stonks are rising. I talked a little bit about Brandstrom finally getting the ice time, and you know, he's an actual NHL defenseman. He's really molded into that over the past 2 to 3 weeks. He's not a big point getter, but he's a sturdy defenseman. He's not a big size guy, but he finds a way to still play great defense. But you know, at least they're being cautious with him. They don't want to overpower him with too much ice time. They don't want to just throw him in and just, hey, here's 20 NHL minutes. But at the same time, they're giving him not great ice time, but still decent ice time. You want to see in these next 5 games. There's only 5 more games left in the season, guys. Remember that. So you want to see just a little bit more ice time for Brandstrom. Who knows? Maybe he'll reach above 15 minutes just a little bit. Maybe he can give Shabbat a break, which we'll talk about in a second. But so far, Brandstrom, his stonks are rising. And as well, we talked about Victor Mete last week, but again, he hadn't scored a goal, he had no points, and he hadn't really done much yet. He's only played a couple games. Now, Victor Mete has scored a goal. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Victor Mete, his 4th or 5th goal of his entire career. He has like 200 games under his belt, 4 or 5 goals. Finally scores a goal. That was a nice one too, cutting in right through the Vancouver defense, just sniping on Thatcher Demko or Braden, whichever goalie it was. It was awesome for Victor Mete. Great stuff, and he's been playing about 15 minutes in a lot of these games. As he started at like in the 12, 11 range, he's really bumped up. His lowest in the last 4 games is 14 minutes. He's gone 16, 16, 17, I think. So Victor Mete, in the past few games has been really good. Good addition for the Ottawa Senators for free, right off waivers. So thanks, Montreal. Unfortunately, we couldn't beat Montreal tonight. We lost 3-2 in overtime to Cole Caulfield. But, thanks for Victor Mete. We'll probably use him next year. And now a little bit of a rant. This isn't a stonks or anything, but this is for me a rant. I was hoping that this episode I can actually have a Jacob Bernard-Docker section where I could just talk about Jacob Bernard-Docker all the time. But holy cow, this DJ Smith does not want to play him. I don't understand what the issue is with playing JBD. He signed his entry level, and he's just rotting on the bench. A couple games, I get it. He's in the stands, look at the game from a different perspective. But man, how many games has it been now? 6, 7, 8 games. It's just getting benched. And he's played 1 game so far. Like, we need to see more of Jacob Bernard-Docker. And instead of playing him, they are playing like Zaitsev, who's just finished poorly this year, and Josh Brown, who's played okay, but like Jacob Bernard-Docker is a top prospect. You have to play him. And they played like Shabbat 30 minutes a game. Like he had like 31 minutes against Montreal yesterday, and he's playing like 27 another game. Like, just please, DJ Smith, play JBD. It's May. There's 5 games left in the year. The season's lost already. We're not like a cup contender or even a playoff contender. We just want to see what our young guys have. Jacob Bernard-Docker is one of the most talented young players on this team, and he's not getting played. I don't understand. Please play JBD. Please. Hashtag play JBD. Forwards, and it's a rebound. It's a rebound season for Drake Batherson. Stonks are back up. A couple episodes I was saying, Drake, we need it. We need some consistent point production, and finally he's giving it to us. After a few weeks, he's finally now rattled off a streak. 7 points in his last 7 games. The top forwards of Ottawa played phenomenally recently, and he's molding into a true NHL player. Great development for him. I guess it's a sophomore season, but still, he's been phenomenal, and let's hope that he can continue to play great next year with all of his young core of the Ottawa Senators. And another player of this core, Josh Norris, is a true talent. Man, he's emerged this year. Just another step in the right direction. 13 points in his last 13 games, guys. He is just awesome. He's impressed in the NHL over the last month. He looks like a true top-line center of this Ottawa Senators franchise, and man, Sens fans should be excited. We were kind of questioning, oh my god, who's going to be the top-line center? Josh Norris, he's really fitting in. We really didn't think that it was going to be that good. We were thinking, oh, Stützle's going to have to switch over, but right now Stützle's playing pretty well in his area, which we'll talk about Stützle actually right now. But Josh Norris, really, really good so far, and man, he's just keep on going up and up and up. These stonks are rising for sure. Stützle, I just want to mention, I don't have an actual script part about him. He hasn't been much on the score sheet lately. He's gotten a couple of assists here and a goal here. He scored tonight against Montreal. This is we're recording on May 1st after the Sens lost to Montreal, but he scored tonight. But it's not a lot of point production, but he is electric on the ice. He's everywhere. He is always generating phenomenal chances, great passes, great shot opportunities. The pucks aren't going in right now. That's okay. It's his rookie year. He's not on a team that it doesn't need him to succeed in his first year. We're okay. The pucks will go in. The point production will go up. Stützle, I am not even a bit worried about him. He is phenomenal. Now, Brady Tkachuk, he's the true captain of the team, and he's showing it again and again and again. He has 10 points in his last 9 games. He is more than a point-per-game player in 9 games. His stonks keep going up. I've found a way to talk about Brady Tkachuk in almost every single episode because he just brings just such a unique perspective to the game. A big physical guy who also gets points. 10 in his last 9, guys. That's really good for Brady Tkachuk on a team like Ottawa. He's been phenomenal. He's the next captain. He's proven leadership. He fights anyone. He is not scared of a thing. Brady Tkachuk is the guy for the C next year for Ottawa. Shane Pinto is the last one we're going to go over, and Shane Pinto, he's actually played games, unlike Jacob Bernard-Docker. I was hoping I could talk about both of them, but Shane Pinto has actually played games. He only has 3 assists in 7 games, so listen, he's not lighting up the NHL. He doesn't have a hat trick in his first game or anything, but with the lack of ice time he's getting, first off, play him more. There's 5 friggin' games left in the season. Please play these young guys more. But as well, he has played really well. He looks like a NHL player out there. You don't see any like rookie mistakes. He's a solid, sturdy player, solid in the face-off dot. Let's hope for a steady increase in production in the last few games, which could lead into a very solid sophomore season. I guess maybe it still would be the rookie season. I'm not sure how that works, but Pinto is looking great. He's another player who's just not exceeded expectations, but he's met them for sure. He looks like an NHL player, and next year, man, the Sens top six, Brady and Norris and Batherson and Stutzel and Pinto, oh my god, and Formanton, and oh my god, there's so many players. They're so good, and oh, it's so exciting for next year, guys. But that is it for the episode of Sens Stonks. Thank you very, very much for watching. Leave a like and consider subscribing if you really liked the video. As well, turn on the notification bell so you get notified when a new video is posted. Guys, make sure to follow Sens Talk on Twitter at @senstalk_, and as well, if you want to follow me, I'm on Twitch at KankelsIII or on Twitter at Noah_Luden. Guys, this was Sens Stonks. There's one more episode of the season. The Sens, they're not the best team in the league, but man, they're showing a lot of young promise, guys. I appreciate you guys coming up, and we'll see you guys next time.